Hey, we're keeping an eye on your money tonight. With the holiday season here, many families are balancing the excitement of gift giving with the stress of having to pay for the gifts.
The #1 tip housing experts recommend at this point is do everything you can to stay in your current home. Liv Kelleher speaking with those experts about how to stretch your dollar when things start to get tight.
I spoke with several people who work in housing services, both here in St. George and up north in Salt Lake. They said anecdotally this has been a tough year for a lot of people, and they recommend leaning in on public services to help bridge the gap during the holiday season.
Raw, super raw.
That's how Kelson Grimes described his year financially, a feeling that is shared by many.
It feels uneasy and scary because I have a kid now and I have to be an adult and make sure that we have a roof over our heads.
That stress can be heightened with seasonality.
How are potential utilities and bills and things like that different in colder weather?
You figure your utilities are going to go up because, you're heating your house now. And so you're going to be paying more gas or electric.
Tara Rollins is the executive director of the Utah Housing Coalition. She recommends asking your utility company for equal pay, which can avoid higher bills in colder months. If that still doesn't help,
I would reach out to the HEAT program to see if you can qualify for funding through that program.
And if you are in a dire situation or at risk of eviction,
make sure you are communicating with your landlord. It's so important for them to understand where you're at.
She also said utilizing local and state programs to help reallocate your funds can help to alleviate some pressure.
I always say rob Peter to pay Paul. So if you want to buy gifts, go to the food bank, get your food. Make sure you have utility assistance. That's the HEAT program. Those are, areas where you can, get some financing to get through the holidays.
I also spoke with Kristen Clark at Switchpoint, which does have a housing department. She recommends getting help early before you get into a financial hole. She said with the current housing market, specifically here in Washington County, it's much easier and cheaper to stay within your current place than having to go back out into that market and find a new home. In St. George, Liv Kelleher, KUTV 2 News.